What's up, everybody? True Boxing here. Thank you for coming back to Get Hit with the Truth. So today we are doing my March Fighter of the Month, as I'm going to break down the top 5 fighters of the month of March 2023 here, and decide who I felt was the best fighter of the month. Now, before we get into that, if you could smash the like button, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel. I really do appreciate any and all support. Just trying to build my channel up, and any kind of love you guys could show me is much appreciated. And if there's something that I'm doing that you don't like, or you don't like my channel, give me a thumbs down, or let me know. Send me a comment. I want you to be real, full transparency. So, all that being said, let's jump into the fighter of the month for March 2023. We start breaking it down and looking at the top 5, and I kind of have 2 guys tied for number 5. I couldn't put one over the other. And I'll go in order from which the fights happened. First, I'm going to go with Mercito Gesta for his upset decision victory over Jojo Diaz. Now, the fact that Jojo Diaz lost a 3rd consecutive fight, I don't think was too shocking because he's been on a losing streak. Excuse me. But to lose to a veteran like Gesta, who's been out there a while, he's kind of a stepping stone guy now. I don't think anybody saw that coming. And you got to give credit where credit is due to Gesta, who upset Diaz on March 18th on DAZN. And I gave him the tied for the number 5 spot. And the guy he ties with is undefeated welterweight contender Cody Crowley for his 12-round majority decision win over Abel Ramos in an eliminator at welterweight on the March 25th Benavidez and Plant pay-per-view card on Showtime. And I did this one because, you know what, I think Abel Ramos isn't given enough respect for how good he is as a fighter. That upset last year really kind of derailed him, but he came back and he fought his ass off against Crowley. But Crowley was returning after 9 months after his father committed suicide, and really with a heavy heart, he went out there and fought his ass off and earned a hard-fought majority decision over a game veteran in Abel Ramos, as Cody Crowley continues to build his name, and hopefully he can get a title shot at some point with another strong performance. So that's number 5. Number 4 for March Fighter of the Month is former 122-pound champion Brandon Figueroa for his hard-fought 12-round unanimous decision over Mark Magsayo. This was a WBC eliminator in the featherweight division at 126, and it took place on March 4th on Showtime. And Figueroa came in a solid favorite. I thought he was going to whip Magsayo's ass, to be honest, but Magsayo fought like a champion and really put the pedal to the metal. It was a good competitive bout that ended in what I thought was a wider than should have been scored contest, which makes it controversial. But I don't have any dispute that Figueroa won the fight. I thought he won a close decision, but Magsayo definitely deserved better scores than what the judges gave him. Still, be that as it may, Figueroa walked away the deserving winner in my eyes, and now he is the number 1 contender for Ray Vargas this year following that win. So just a good-ass, strong performance from a good, tough fighter, and you got to give credit to Brandon Figueroa for that win over Magsayo. Now, number 3 for March Fighter of the Month goes to now I'm drawing a blank. God. Goes to Jose Ramirez for his 11th round knockout victory of Richard Comey when they fought on March 25th on ESPN, as he would go out and retain his world title. Or no, he would jump back in the mix. I'm sorry, I'm thinking about another fight while I'm talking about this one. Comey went out there against Ramirez and really landed some good shots and was definitely in the fight, but Jose Ramirez just broke him down. Body shots showed why he's the bigger man, the younger man, why he wants to be back in the title hunt, and he really performed well. against a very game former champion in Richard Comey. And Ramirez walked away the clean, solid victor of this fight as he stayed in the mix here at 140 pounds and in the top 3 to 5 at 140. So good, strong performance against Richard Comey. Congrats to Ramirez. Number 2 for March Fighter of the Month goes to Tim Tszyu, the newly crowned WBO interim super welterweight champion at 154 pounds. He came into this fight for his 10th or 11th round stoppage win over former champion Tony Harrison. This was a really, on paper, it looked to be close to a 50-50 fight. I mean, you had Tszyu was the favorite coming in, mainly because he's undefeated, but also he was fighting at home. So there was a lot of people that thought Tony Harrison could pull this victory off. I'm included. I picked Tony Harrison to win this fight, and or at least for it to be close. And Tim Tszyu just went out there and kind of dominated Tony Harrison. Harrison was landing a good jab, but he could not get anything working other than that, and just seemed hesitant to throw that right hand. And a lot of it was because Tszyu was cutting the ring off and landing damaging hard shots, and he really broke down Tony Harrison impressively and stopped him in the later rounds as he captured the WBO interim super welterweight title and is now officially in line again for the undisputed championship held by Jermell Charlo at 154, and it should lead to that fight. So very, very strong and good performance right here out of Tim Tszyu as he really earned his his way to the top spot in the to top mandatory position in the 154-pound super welterweight division. So congrats to him. We'll see what he does, if he gets the Charlo fight during the summer sometime or the fall. But the March Fighter of the Month finishing number 1, and that is the reigning and undefeated WBC interim super middleweight champion of the world at 168 pounds, David Benavidez. He took on Caleb Plant, former champion, and got a clean 12-round unanimous decision over Plant to stay undefeated and put himself in line for the Canelo fight. This was a big fight on Showtime pay-per-view on March 25th. And Benavidez, after a competitive fight that he was likely losing after 6 rounds, he went out there and just continued to grind, and he beat up Caleb Plant in the second half of the fight, outworked him, and walked away with a clean 12-round unanimous decision and the biggest victory of his career to become the March Fighter of the Month and also retain the WBC interim super middleweight title. So, that's my award for Fighter of the Month. It goes to David Benavidez. Remember, January was Liam Smith for his knockout victory over Chris Eubank Jr. February was Badou Jack for his 12th round TKO victory over Ilunga Makabu to capture the cruiserweight title. And March goes to David Benavidez for his 12-round unanimous decision over Caleb Plant to become the to retain the WBC interim super middleweight title. So that's it. That's what I got. That is my March Fighter of the Month award. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, smash the like button, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate any and all support. This is True Boxing. You've been hit with the truth.